Hi everybody! Super excited for today. I've been waiting for this day for quite a while, so I'm just gonna let some people populate so they don't miss any information, because we have a lot of information today that's super exciting that I'm gonna tell you guys all about today. But yeah, so let's just wait a couple seconds here to let some people pop in. And also super exciting as well is we now have another device here for the moment so that my mom actually can see what's going on and she can comment back to you guys.
Without being 2 inches from your face.
Yes, and all of that stuff. So she'll be able to provide a lot of support to you guys and actually comment back to you, give you links and such like that. So we're going to have more all-around support, which is going to be really fantastic. Hi, Glenna. So, yeah, that's fantastic.
Tell us about your summer while we're waiting for people to come in.
Yeah, I literally this weekend, we have what's called Anime ID. So it's just like a festival convention thing that my friends and I got to go to. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Candy. And so we just went there. We went to the convention. There was a lot of arts and games and little events and stuff like that. It was really cute and fun. So it was a really great time to spend with my friends, and we dressed up one of the days all together as a group.
Oh, did you take a picture?
Yeah, I do have a picture.
We'll have to post it on the group later.
Oh no.
And Corian had to.
Oh no. They probably won't understand what it even is.
I don't know. Does anyone here understand? Is it anime, right?
Yeah, it's an anime, yeah.
Okay.
We went as an anime called Death Note, and basically my best friend, she went as Misa because she has long platinum blonde hair right now. And then I went as the main character who's a guy, but I wasn't a guy. I did a female version of that. And then our other friend, Kayla, she went as, I think his name is Shigeaki, or maybe that's what he is. He's this creepy, demon dude.
Ooh.
But he's cool because she wore this, necklace with bones on it because that's part of his costume.
Interesting.
A lot of the character designs are really cool. His, outfit that he wears is really cool. So she had this, fur trim, on the top. She did a really good job because I literally, that morning, which is absolutely insane, I Goodwilled my skirt, my jacket, and my tie, which happened to be the perfect color for the cosplay.
That's thrifting skill you got there.
Yeah, everybody was like, no, Ainsley, it's so perfect. That's crazy.
That's following your sixth sense, right?
Yeah, and then we met some people who were doing the same cosplay, which was fun. And so
nice.
Gia took a picture with them as well. But yes. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Jean. Hi, Corian. Hey, Aunt Wendy. Looks like we have some people popping in. Do we have a good amount of people for us to start?
I'm checking.
Okay. We'll see if we have enough.
Here.
Make sure nobody misses out on any information.
See if I can see comments. Oh, Corian's commenting on what you're wearing right now, so you could tell them what that's from.
Yeah, so this is from our loot review, which was a design on the fly. So we made this last week on the fly for Corian's loots that she does monthly, which is a subscription, but you can always just do just the one per month. So yeah. And then the temperatures, it was hot, but there's an AC area, so we kind of went in and out. My poor friend Kayla, she was very overheated when we were outside. So she just took the jacket off. She had a tank top on to that. Well, yeah, tank top on to that helped a lot when she took that off.
Oh, looks like we have a decent amount of people here joining us on YouTube today as well. So,
yay! Awesome. But yeah, it was nice and AC on the inside of the event where all the vendors were. Lots of AC, which was fantastic. Otherwise, it probably would have really smelled bad. And I would not like that.
Oh, Peggy says yes, post the pic. All right.
Hi, Janik. Hi, Robin. And then, yes, that is a really great reminder, Corian, because it is Thursday because 4th of July. So do not come Friday, come on Thursday. And tomorrow there will not be a live, just so you guys aren't, like, expecting for that. Tomorrow, but yes, on Thursday.
Tuesday
for
and
Corian.
Thursday. So we're all kind of different days, but it's all advertised that way. So check the live, check the events if you need to remind yourself. Okay, I think we can start talking about what makes today unique versus some of the other lives that we've done.
So this is a very special event. This is, first of all, we're finally introducing our very new trend segment. So I'm going to get to explain a lot of helpful resources for you guys in your designing process. So I have these really awesome trend boards that I made. And so we'll go over one of them today. I have more for the future. So I'm super excited to share those with you guys. As well as we are doing a collab with Lima Beads. So that's super exciting. All of the beads today, as well as some other components, are from Lima Beads. There will be links to those things in the comments if asked for. So make sure not to miss out on that because there are a lot of really great stuff. I was super grateful that we got to do this collab because we get to use a lot of new fun beads, and that's really exciting because our options have been so limited here at this office. So I'm super excited for that. So collab with Lima Beads, lots of great stuff, and we're going to go over trends.
Yes.
And this will be a really great resource for you guys in your designing processes. And I'm super excited because we are no longer in our simple phase. We are in no minimalism. We are in maximalism. And that is my favorite. That's my cup of tea. So, yes. So great to see everybody. But yeah, we can get right into it too, let's also just go over how to purchase as well.
Sure, yes.
We do have our Carter system as always, so I will be popping up a little box at the top of the screen. I'm going to do that just right now. If you give me a second. And this is going to be our main product. It's going to have a little bit of everything for the day. So you're going to notice at the very top, if you can't see it, just make sure to pull down on your screen. If you're on Facebook, it could be hiding behind your camera. It says comment cart 100 to buy. That's exactly what you're going to do. This only works for Facebook. So if you are on YouTube, you cannot use this system. It is Facebook only, unfortunately. So all you're going to do is go to the comments, comment exactly how it is in the quotation mark. So CART space 100. Exactly like that in the comments. Comment that successfully on Facebook. If you do that properly, you're going to go to your Facebook Messenger from there. And in your Facebook Messenger, you're going to be able to click buttons to provide the info that you need to enter in the rest of the way and finish the checkout process from there. Or you can simply go to vintage.com and go to the new section, and it will have this really great bundle here as well. And a little tidbit on this bundle is it is also 40% off because we are having our 40% off sale for our 4th of July week here. So take advantage of that while that's there. It's only going to be 40% off for the rest of this week. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and so, that sale runs through July 5th, and that's on all jewelry components. So anything that you're shopping on vintage.com, the bundles aren't going to have the promo code applied. They're already discounted.
Yes.
Yeah. So that discount is already in there. Correct. So, but 2 really easy ways to shop. And I think we can remove that banner and then get into your trend view so you can give us all a little class.
Yes. So do you want to just fix the camera?
Sure thing.
Because otherwise they have eyebrows for me and that's it. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
You're going to go down.
Mm-hmm. Tell me when.
Keep going down. more. Yeah, maybe turn it around so you can see, because you can't see anything of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Oh, okay, yes, it's way up there. There we go. How's that?
You still can't see me at all. Maybe I think I know what I can do here to fix this a bit. Aha! Now you can move it up.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
They can see me.
Yay!
All right. Let's get into this. Oh, wow. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to move that in your view. So, I made this a while ago, so I'm excited to finally be sharing with you all. This is basically a mood board I created based on a collection of trends that I noticed while doing some research on the spring/summer 2025 like runways. So you're gonna notice I have some main things highlighted as what were major trend points of that. So we're gonna see bold beading, pearls, so many pearls everywhere. It's like all over the place. Charms. There's a lot of like kitschy design as well, and there's so many more than that, but these are just the ones we're going to focus on today for the design that I'm focusing on. So future collections will have some of the other trends as well that we're seeing, but these are just some of the main ones today. So as you can tell, so a lot of these photos in the background are actually taken from runway pictures that were on the internet, and I just kind of collab them together. You can see very large beads are very much in. You can see that over and over again in the background there. And you can also tell that there's a lot of like assortment of beads, keeping it really unique. You'll see a lot of long necklaces, short necklaces, a whole variety there as well. And charms are definitely very in as well, keeping it very diverse and interesting. And then as for the kitschiness, just really like fun and cute and colorful vibes there too. And then pearls, they're just everywhere. They haven't gone out. I don't think they've gone out for several seasons.
Never, right?
They're never out. We just like to use them in different ways and more interesting ways. So
what are some of the shows, locations, if you can remember, where these came from, where you pulled from, and when did they happen?
These would have been all from the spring/summer runways.
Okay.
These are they are all current photos. I made sure everything that I pulled was from spring/summer 2025.
Right. So can you talk about how like fashion for jewelry comes from the runway down to the consumer or the maker?
Yeah, so basically, I'm giving this to you now, but people aren't as well informed on trends unless you're a person who's cycling through them very, very quickly. It takes a lot longer for the masses to catch on to things like this. So that's why I'm kind of introducing them to you now, because people are just going to start getting a taste of this in their social media, from their influencers and all of that. It really takes, you need to have this shown right to the masses from it's a very trickle down kind of method here. So we're starting at the very top, and then slowly it's going to go to the person that, these high fashion brands are sending to. And then the next person is going to be like influencers who notice those people who get the stuff from the high fashion brands. And then once there's enough influencers who are, you know, consuming and showing that to the public eye, we start to notice it in our everyday lives.
I feel like that happens faster now with social media than it used to, though.
Yes,
so
it definitely is a lot faster.
They start designing now for their markets, then they're going to be ahead of the curve, right?
Yes, I would definitely agree with that.
Can you pop up Corian's comment, because it's kind of exciting?
Ooh. She said, for everyone that hearts this video, I will put together a giveaway to add to your order. Spinning the wheel at the end of the live. Yay! That's on Facebook.
So, do you want to, yeah, so that's just at the bottom of the comment area is the hearts there, right?
Yes. So yeah, that's super exciting. But yeah, I guess like a real example of that would be like my haircut per se. You know, not a lot of people, well, I got it quite a while ago. Basically at the very start of the trend is everybody started getting pixie cuts. I got mine done. And then I started seeing other people doing it on social media. I knew it was going to come up, but I knew that was going to happen. I'm kind of sad about that. So like,
oh, now I need to change it again.
But it's fine. So I did that, and then now you're starting to see it more and more, but it will take quite a bit, especially when it's such a bold thing, for you to see it pretty consistently
for sure.
with the people around you.
Okay, so let's maybe swap into the view with the stuff that you designed today. I'm excited to see that.
I do first don't do that yet. I do want to feature what's in that collection.
Oh, yes. I was just going to bring this over because this little bit of the white triangle is bothering me on that side. So that's all.
But yeah, so here is our lovely collection for the day that's going to include everything vintage that is used in this piece besides our chain, findings, and wire. So you're going to get all of our pendants used and all of that kind of good stuff, our main components here. And so you can see that there's going to be some extra left over too when you look at the designs here. So you're going to see a couple where you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to have one or two left over from this little batch, right? So you will have some extras left over, which is absolutely fantastic. But I just wanted to give you a full-blown view of what is in that collection, just because I did pop it up earlier as Cart 100.
Do you want to put that Carter banner up just for a second?
Yep.
So if you do want to purchase this, you can just comment from Facebook here, comment Cart 100, or you can go to vintage.com and go to new and get it that way.
Yep, absolutely. So just a little reminder of that, and it gives you a larger view. You can also see this full picture view if you just go to the website as well and take a closer look at it. So let me go back to over here. Can you fix the camera again?
Sure thing.
It needs to be moved up. Move it up more. Here. More.
Oh yeah, so that is definitely way different than the other. That's probably why I was having such a hard time with that other one, because the overlay is different.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's get into this. We have a lot of really great stuff here today. As you can see, a lot of the beads here from Lima Beads. Look at this. We're going to be doing a lot of painting as well. So here's some of the beads that I got to use. Just a little sneak peek of that. I have so many left over too that I'm going to get to use in the future.
I'm just bringing this over here a little bit.
Let's see.
So I can get you a little bit more centered.
So lots and lots of great stuff. We can go over the construction and all that good stuff, and then we're gonna get into some painting as well. Oh, these are also beads from Lima Beads right here. And I did get a clay bead packs. So these are ceramic beads that are really beautiful. Look at that. There's a couple in here as well. So I made this bracelet here out of our wire and Lima beads and some of those pendants. So this is that new wire. It's 20 gauge. And so this is going to be a really sturdy bracelet. You're not going to have to be worrying about it at all. So and these beads all fit on here just fine. No issue. I just finished out the ends and I looped it over and then wrapped it around. And then I added a jump ring and a clasp. All you're going to need to add to this, you'll need to get that pack that we have. You'll need to get the Lima beads from today, like beads, as well as you'll just have to add some jump rings in and just like our findings. So that's all you have to add to this. So very easy construction here. Then I have these earrings with the African Lima beads here, which these are super easy. All you're gonna do is you're gonna punch another hole in these. You're gonna feed this bead through and just connect together. And everything in here comes with besides our ear wire and jump rings. And I did make these ones asymmetrical. You don't have to do that, that's just my preference. That is another design trend, so I just thought I would just kind of throw it in there as a feature, is asymmetrical earrings are in still. So you can notice that these are asymmetrical from there. Now this one, we have some more complex stuff going on. I'm going to explain it to you guys very well, but it's a really fun technique I will be showing you with our wire. So we have our ceramic bead. This is a piece from Lima Beads as well. We're gonna paint it later. These are more of those African beads. Another bead from Lima Beads. Here's one of our pieces in our grouping here. More Lima beads, African beads. And then we have another Lima bead piece here as well. And then more Lima beads. This is also Lima beads. These pearls are, so is this piece. We're back to some of ours here with this fish. We're gonna paint it in a little bit. This is ours as well, ours, and then I can show you guys how to do this wrap as well. Really awesome wood fish from Lima. And then we also have this leaf of ours, another ceramic bead here from Lima. Our moon face, our happy sun, and these are obviously from Lima as well. Now,
so if I can interrupt for a second, after the live, we're going to take some really gorgeous shots of this and create a full blog post that has links to all of the beads and products used in here, as well as techniques that Ainsley's going to be demonstrating today. So you'll be able to get a good listing of those. So expect that in the next, sometime this week or next week maybe.
Yes. So something interesting that I did with this one is all these African beads fit through this chain here very nicely, so that's what I fed it through. This is available on the live shop in the warehouse sale chain section. We double checked with Corian, but this was actually really great to work with. And I'm going to show you exactly how I finished out these ends, because you're going to notice that I have these little sections, and you're also going to notice I got way better at it as I went along and learned. These little sections that are connected together. And I also did some coils that I fed through there. These are jump rings. This is another end. You can see it's even better than the last one. And I get really consistent here by the end, thank goodness. But I'm going to show you guys how to do that.
So how would you say that you took the trend, that this trend that you're showing us, the trend board, and translating it into shopping at limabeads.com and then eventually making the jewelry piece? How did that influence your decisions?
Yeah, so I did, some of the things that I did notice, besides like some key points, I did notice a lot of African beads, so I definitely wanted to take inspiration from that. And I really liked the bold colors in some of the photos that I put in my collage. So I wanted to keep it very bright and vibrant, and using larger, chunkier beads in my design as well. So you can notice these beads here are fairly large. They're not massive. Most people aren't going to wear massive beads, so I did want to keep it digestible for the general public, because this would still be extremely bold for the general public.
Yeah.
So we tame it down a little bit from the Runway, because Runway is always going to be the biggest and largest and boldest possible. But this is still extremely bold just to your average person. So these are very large beads. You'll see these saucers are very large. These African beads are very large, and the ceramic beads are very large. So I just wanted to make sure I included that. I included the charms. I included a lot of like interest in here, as well as asymmetry, and really keeping it fun, just because I think that's really great to do that, keeping a lot of unique feelings. And so when I did this, I came up with a theme I wanted to use before I did my design. So I named my collection here my mood board collection of trinkets before I created this, because I wanted to know what I was making based off of what I had put together. And so I made the collection of trinkets theme with this sort of design in mind, combining these different elements, combining the charms, combining the pearls, combining a sort of kitschy feel, and combining the bold and large beading here, but in a way that I feel is still digestible and relevant to an everyday person. So that's a lot of the stuff that I kind of kept in mind when doing this.
So you want to do the wire demo of the centerpiece, is what you're thinking? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to show them really quickly how to do the wire. So I personally, you could find the exact measurement, but I really just kind of eyeball it. I know I'm going to cut off excess anyway, so I do about this much. Our handy dandy measure that we've been using, because we still don't have a ruler here. You can get a kind of a feel. And we're going to take our chain here too. But first things first is I'm going to roll an end of this. I'm going to start rolling it in. And then I'm going to open it, keep it open. Well, actually I can roll a little more than this, but. And then I'm going to thread it through.
Now this chain,
leaving some extra.
This chain I believe is available on the warehouse sale. Corian can probably pop that in.
Then I like to pinch what I've done so far down. And it's a little easier to do when you're working close to yourself, as always. Makes it a whole lot easier, so this will be easier for you than it even is for me currently. So I'm just tightening this until it is taut to the chain. So this is not moving. I'm just going to tighten a little bit further. then I like to hold this base here of what I've done so far, and then I start to wrap this around more. Just make sure you have a grip here because you do need some, like a little bit of resistance to be able to twist this around. And then I just pinch in, and it gets easier the more spirals you have because you have more to grip on. Going around, pinch it in nice and tight, and then we just finish it out.
So alternately, if they don't have rope chain, what would you suggest them use?
Yeah, if you don't have rope chain or you don't want to work with it, that's fine. You can just use a leather cord is what I would recommend.
Probably maybe 2mm leather cord?
Yeah, maybe. Just gonna keep twisting. And like I said earlier, it's a lot easier when you're closer. You have a little more accuracy. You can also pinch down too on your coils to tighten them. Now, all we have to do is we're going to clip off this excess here. Make sure you don't clip your wire though. And then you're simply going to roll. And I know this is going to be quite a bit extra, so I'm just going to clip a little bit off. It's going to make it a little bit easier when I have to trim it later. I'm just going to roll this around.
Gail was asking where to find the collection on the website.
It should be under the new tab. Pinch this in.
We'll have to do a tutorial also, because something that's exciting, if you go to vintage.com, there is a new section
Yes.
that you just added yesterday, right?
Yes, there is. But that is how we do that. I recommend always leaving extra from what you need in clipping. So if you were to thread this on per se, let me just show you kind of a thought process example. All right, and we still have all this extra chain. Leave that extra chain on there. It's gonna be a whole lot easier than trying to clip it and finish it out from there. That is a real pain in the butt. I do not recommend doing that. I did it. And it was a pain in the butt.
She did
and
it so you don't have to.
It took way longer. So all you need to do, I would just start from here, do your coils, and then clip. Much easier. Trust me.
So do you, I may miss this because I'm swapping back and forth between YouTube and Facebook, trying to keep track of comments. Do you do coils in between some of those beads? How do you do those?
So
Like once you've strung those on, I noticed in that
yeah, I do
section.
have some other coils that are pretty simple to do. I will show you that as well. I'm just gonna take a clipping, pretty generous. You need a longer piece for more coils. And so one of the ways is we can just use this tool, or we can use
that one's
this tool.
amazing for it.
Yes.
We haven't really featured that on a live before. We did other ones, but the wire coiler one's amazing.
But this is going to be the easiest because look at that. This is tapered, right? Which is really great for some things. But if we want a consistent coil, I recommend using this. All you're going to do is bend it around here.
I just like it when you're like. It is a good thing that I borrowed your dad's laptop for today, so that I could see all the lovelies on Facebook or on YouTube commenting as well as Facebook.
And then I also personally thought it was cool to keep it like slightly spread out.
Welcome, Karen. Yeah, it might have been a little harder for people to find us today because we are on a different day and it's a holiday week.
So I just spread it out. And if you want it to be a little tighter, I would just recommend tightening it with this. You can kind of just twist. So I'm pushing against so I have this here, right? I'm turning my wrist down and I have my fingers here, right? And I'm twisting the opposite way. So we're kind of using that tension to tighten our coils up. And we can flip it around because it's going to be a little bit easier to get it tighter on one end than the other. And then I just like to pinch it to get a little more consistent. So this is a bit smaller and tighter. You can obviously tighten it more and mess with it a little more, but it does tighten it that way. So that's how you do that. Let's do one more thing with our wire before we get into our painting. And simply all we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of our citrine beads here, and I'm gonna show you how I did this piece right here.
Oh yeah, I loved that charm.
So yes, unfortunately the citrine beads, their hole is a lot smaller, which is why I didn't just string it onto our chain, but it does fit into our wire, so that is perfect. I'm just going to take a generous clipping.
Do you want to put up, at the next section, we'll put up the antique. And maybe just when we're done with this, you can put up the Carter for this again for people that came in later that are asking.
Yeah. And so I'm simply going to start wrapping it around here. Let me just fix that little kink I made on accident.
One nice thing about the natural brass wire, it's very forgiving.
It is very forgiving, which makes it a whole lot easier.
Just say the word if you want me to change the angle to make it easier for you to get closer.
Pinching that down on either side and wrapping it up. And so I probably should have gotten a little bit more with my wire. I cut my piece a little short.
You're not super far in. Just maybe start over with the next one.
Let's do it again, but I need to take a bit more. I will let you guys know about how much you need. Because I visually remembered wrong about how much. Well, it wasn't that off. It was like a little bit off from what I actually needed. So, let me.
Would you say it's like 3 or 4 inches, maybe?
It's probably about 4. I'm gonna give myself a little extra though.
Always more is better, right?
Yeah, more is definitely better. This is about how
much. Hey guys, we got scissors this week. No ruler, but scissors.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
I had your dad bring them when he was coming by. I got here and
no garbage can either, though.
No, but we do have a box that came from the warehouse that we're using as a garbage can. So.
Okay, same thing again. Pinching these sides in. I want to try and get them as flat as possible to our piece. And we're going to keep wrapping around.
Oh, I see Peggy over here on Facebook joining the commenting party here.
And wrapping around.
Sorry, I said I was going to do a better job not interrupting you.
And then just pushing these in as tight as I can. And I'm going to make my loop.
Oh, Tracy Alden is here. I haven't seen her in a little bit. Say hi to Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
I love this charm that you created here.
And so
a little higher in the...
Yeah, it's just because I'm rolling, so I'm
slowly
move
like
towards
slowly
myself.
coming towards you. You're reeling it in like a fishing rod.
And then I'm going to wrap around here, starting at the bottom. Have to create some resistance here, so I'm tightening it in.
So Tracy says, hello Ainsley, I see you are making a charm necklace. Those are crazy popular right now. So Tracy, if you're just popping in, that is the kind of the theme of today, of one of the segment, is current trends, which this is called collection of trinkets, right?
Yes.
Just gonna follow you a little bit more.
Just gonna tighten this in a bit, and I'm gonna trim off my excess here in a second.
says that is a beautiful wrap. So with that coil there, would you just continue to coil that down again?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to push this over a bit to the side, and then I'm just going to re-roll it back down. Ta-da! So that is all you have to do for that. And as always, definitely easier if you're looking close to yourself and not very far away.
I think you did a beautiful job.
So those are the main
charm.
wire techniques that are newer to everybody, potentially. And so we can actually hop into the painting now that we've done those, which is the exciting part, of course.
Do you want to do your little hammered elements? And I will swap them for you.
Yeah, well, maybe do you want to hammer them? Because I have to go to the bathroom.
You need a break? Oh, goodness. Okay.
No, I don't need a break. I just need to go to the bathroom really quickly.
Well, you need a bathroom break, right?
Yes, a bathroom break. Very quickly. I've been holding it for you guys all.
Well, we appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to pop in and just hammer a few of these elements for Ainsley. She has these lovely natural brass blanks that she has incorporated into the designs. So I'm just going to add a hammered texture to the ones that aren't already on here, and then we'll swap them out so you can see the difference between hammered and non-hammered in your design. So as you guys know, I always love a good bench block action here. So I'm just going to take 2 of these triangle, aren't these cute? So when you order from the retail site, you get these cute little crystal clear bags with stickers. It'll either be this one or I think there's a green one that says Vintage on it. Anyway, love the packaging there. And then there's a couple of these natural brass rectangles, and I'm just going to use my ball peen hammer and bench block to add some texture to these. So she's not here to tell me how much texture she wants, so I'm just going to guess, guys. But I'm going to leave this upper part pretty intact so that you have a real smooth part and then a very textured part at the bottom. And we'll do them as matching as possible. I see a few of you commenting back and to each other, back and forth, and I just have to say I love the way you support each other. There we go, and turn it over and just a few smacks. This one got a little wonky, so I'm just gonna adjust that a little bit so that it's a little bit more straight. Those are good. I think I'll take the dark gray side of the reliefing block to sand this. I only got through the rectangles.
Okay.
But I will finish out the triangles for you. Man, you're fast. You're like
really
just about as
heavy
fast as I am. So we've got those, and then these. I was saying I had to guess how much texture you wanted.
It really doesn't matter.
Okay, well, then I guessed right.
Yeah.
And if you would like, we will, like at the end, we'll probably swap these into the jewelry pieces. I'll let you keep them out for now so that
we can paint them.
we can antique them. So lovely. I know it's hard to adjust from saying paint to antique, isn't it? Right? Like all the color names have different colors now. So, all right. Get to give you your perch back. Okay. So yes, Tracy, do you want to give her a little bit of maybe pop up this wire for her? Yeah, she's asking about the new wire. Should be in the new section. Yes. So this is natural brass, uncoated, solid brass, natural brass wire, and it's jeweler's quality. So really amazing to work with, and it will wear the same as all of your other natural brass. So really beautiful stuff.
I'm gonna pop up are we doing, which antique one do you want me to pop up?
You can just do we'll do a few of them because we've got.
Do you want the essentials, the complete
just do
color?
the complete color for now. That one's a good one. And you can always, if you go, all of these sets to get the antiques are available in the new section for now. So
Yes.
if you're looking for metallics, and all the single colors are available as well.
So we have a lot of really lovely pieces that we get to antique. The real question is, where do we start? Does anybody have a preference of a piece that they see on a necklace, bracelet, or earrings that they would like to see antiqued? Any preferences?
Maybe somebody can swap into as YouTube or as Vintage on YouTube. I can't really do that right now and remove any comments that we need to. It's just like I'm used to it. That's funny. Okay.
Somebody said the fish, and that is what I grabbed. And somebody said the dish. I think Monica meant to say fish, but you know, hey, that'd be pretty cool too if you took a little if you took pieces of like broken china, and then you sanded the edges. That would be really cool for this.
That would be cool. Yes.
Like if you added it as a pendant or a bead, it would be a very cool element to add.
So if you went to the master class, you could even see how to solder that too.
Yes. Just a thought, you know. Just a thought. So, let me shake up my antique. We have our teal blue. Don't mind me checking the names because I still am not used to them.
Memorized. So you'll notice today that we're focusing on really simple techniques of just brushing it on and leaving it, just to show how easy it is to use this product. So for anyone who hasn't used the antique yet.
Okay. I'm gonna take our medium-sized brush here. This is a number 6 out of our brushes.
So one neat thing about the antique glaze is that you can do it in one step and it works on a number of surfaces. So Ainsley's just letting it settle into all of the grooves.
Look at that.
There you are, right? That's as much as
all you need to do.
Or you could vignette it with another color too, which I think would be pretty. Like a brown or a black maybe.
Yeah, let's do brown. I'm just dry brushing my brush off in between colors.
I'm not gonna put her comments up there, but that's really funny. Maybe we need to give you admin.
I think you could make her a moderator.
Yeah, maybe we need to give you admin power, moderator power, so you can destroy them all.
Bye-bye.
Let me know, Peggy.
You want to be a moderator?
You had to do that for when you were streaming on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
You
for
had
myself.
some moderators.
Yeah, I did have some people who did it for me too.
So yes, Tracy, all of our paints and stains are compatible with the antique. The antique is just a little bit more concentrated than
The stain.
the stain. So it just makes it easier to do antiquing techniques.
It's our perfect formula for this process.
Perfect for easy, right?
Yes. Makes it nice and simple.
Oh, I love the way you're doing just the fins and the tail. Oh, awesome. So what color is this?
This is actually sepia brown.
Okay.
It just, we're working with a blue, so it makes it more green. Because if we wanted it to be fully brown, we should have waited for we would have had to wait for our blue to dry first.
I love the way that's
But
blending
I
together
love the
too.
color. I think it looks really fun and dynamic.
Peggy says, please, I would love that.
Give her a little
I
power
would look
trip.
into it. Yes.
I remember seeing something like that, so we should be able to do that.
I think so. We're still figuring out all of the ins and outs of streaming, and everywhere we can, maybe at the end we can turn off my phone and show that on camera where you can find these videos on our website.
Yeah.
We could do a little mini tutorial on
I'm gonna
that.
set our friend off to the side. Do a quick wet down of our spot here.
Ah, look at those cute little squares I cut for Ainsley. Lovingly, with my own two hands.
Okay. I also did dry brush and wipe my brush. There's gonna be still like a little bit of paint left over, but not enough to really.
So Stacy Harvey's
impact our next
asking,
piece.
how long does it need to dry before you can work with the piece?
It shouldn't take too long, and it does kind of just depend on, did you do a very thick coat? Did you do a thin coat? This does take longer to dry if you're familiar with our other products than our paint per se, because of just the way the solution is and its consistency. So it's like in between our stain and our
Just a couple minutes though.
normal paint, yes.
Yeah. You'll
But
have to wait a
it
couple
does not
minutes.
take a very long time.
Yeah.
It's still very fast drying, but not as instant as the
And
paint.
if you want to speed it up, you can always use a heat tool. If you're super impatient, just like, then it's 2 seconds.
Yes.
And then you're done, right?
Yeah, it'll be good.
I think I would love to see, so someone said fish.
We
The
did the
fish.
fish.
Oh, what was the other thing they said then? So when I was thinking fish, I was thinking fish bone. I think, let's see. Let me look, I can look through the comments.
I only saw the fish, so.
Okay. Well, I think you should do iridescent on some of those blue and aqua beads in the African.
Yeah, we can do
Beads.
that.
So I pulled some iridescent gold and iridescent green there for you.
And I'm just
Some
gonna
other
do it
colors.
straight onto our bracelet here, because why not? And I'm gonna take our number 2 brush for this, because I just want it to be little highlights. I don't want it to cover the whole entire bead for this one.
So Jean, it doesn't tend to bubble, I don't feel like, as much as the paints do.
Right, as long as you don't do a super thick coat, you shouldn't have to worry about that.
kind of because of the technique that we're using where you're just brushing on a thin coat, you're not going to end up with as many bubbles.
This is the iridescent violet. And I'm just taking it. These beads have a really great rougher texture, which is going to be much better for our paints.
And you don't need to add very much, and you don't need to cover the whole bead. You're really just adding a little highlight.
So I'm just adding little highlights. Let me pick this up so you guys can kind of see a little more.
It's a really great do everything kind of product. I do love the paint still when you're trying to get that super thick enamel look.
Yes.
But for this, for just ease of use, it's really just an amazing line. So it might be kind of hard to tell as Ainsley's applying this, but it's going to give you some really great flashes. And I think like...
You can already start to see it a little more.
If you use contrasting like gold or another color, it even will stand out more.
Yes.
If that's what
this
you
is
decided.
more subtle, but if we look here and then look there, we definitely see a big difference. Look at how more dimensional it becomes when we added it over here versus these beads. So let's just, we did that color. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go in with our iridescent gold for this other side. Just making sure I dry brush wipe my brush in between. Give me a second to shake this up. And just a reminder, and if you're new, this is just good information. We do have, recommend you shake the bottles up because the colors do like to settle a bit. We're gonna go back into this other side of our bracelet. And you can very easily tell how different it is when it is contrasting.
Oh, I know what I was thinking. The shell that's on the necklace would be really pretty to do in maybe brown.
Oh, yeah, that would be really pretty.
Or what color would you do? Maybe coral to tie in with your other beads?
I think brown would be nice. I like the
earthy
neutral
feeling of it.
color. So yeah, it's a different look than our other side here because like my mom said earlier, there's more of a contrast with this golden tone versus the blue tone. But that is a very easy transformation.
So Janet said earrings, that's what it was. I think maybe the sunflowers.
Yeah,
that's what I was seeing earlier.
Let us, what do I want to do with these?
Did we show any just black antiquing on anything? Not that you have to do that with that.
No, I'm not going to do that. I think I might just do the brown plain or sepia brown plain. Actually, I already have this out, so. Let me go straight in on this piece.
Corey and we all thoroughly enjoy Peggy's humor.
this is really easy to do, but we can just do a little wipe off the top very easily to take a little bit of that off.
Ooh, you know what? I think that would be very pretty with the color in the center.
Yeah, I think so too. I definitely want to add that here in a second. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Coat this.
You could do the red. That's very much a choice I wouldn't normally make.
Just do a quick wipe off, but you still see it right there in the grooves, which is fantastic. Okay, and let's try the red. Let's see what happens. Why not?
We can always fix it if we don't like it, right?
This is crimson red. And then I'm just going to take the corner to pick up a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. This is a very strong color. You don't need a whole lot.
Did you use the baby brush?
No, I'm just like using the corner, and I'm just going into the middle here. And then I'm going to take my cloth again and the excess.
Oh, I think because you're blending it on top of the brown, it gets a really nice, like, earthy feeling to it.
Yeah. And then same thing. This time I'm just going to kind of dab it in there. That's what it looked like before. Do the same thing. Teeny, tiny, teeny, tiny. On the corner. Quick wipe.
Peggy says, can you believe that my mother used to say that she was so happy that I wasn't born a twin? I just never understood that. Did you ever feel like you wanted a twin? That's a good question. Hunter used to talk about it all the time when he was little.
He wanted a twin.
He wanted a twin. He wanted something just like him. And I feel like that's no.
No.
You don't want anybody like you.
No, I don't want that.
No one in the universe do you want to be like you.
Mm-mm. No, thank you.
Strictly individualist.
Yeah, I'm a little hyper independent.
Just.
And
have a
what
nice
we
day, Terry.
also can do is we can go in and we can add. Let me wipe my brush off quickly so it doesn't dry into there. Just dry brush wipe it. Make sure not to ruin it. But we can go in and add some of our iridescent as well.
Ooh. Which one are you going to use?
I don't know which one that is.
Mine, even though I put it on Do Not Disturb.
That's weird. Maybe it's like one that like...
This may have, you might need to redo the camera for you.
Oh.
It kicked him out. I'll have to give Dallin a hard time.
My brother messed it up for you guys.
Okay, tell me how much.
Just push it that's fine, actually.
Okay.
Just hitting it with some of our iridescent gold. Dun, dun, dun. This goes super well. All right.
Tracy, I'm too weird. I wouldn't want to subject the universe to another one of me. I think it would be amazing if there were more Tracys. We all like being a little funky.
Okay. And now I'm going to go into these beads right on these earrings. With our
Did you see what
iridescent
Corian
aqua.
said?
What'd she say?
She said she would ask my parents to have a sleepover, and I would ask Jean, so we were more likely to hang out if we asked each other's parents instead of our own.
Yes, yeah, it was a whole thing because
We're all like
they're more likely to reject their own child.
Yes.
And so, I'm just gonna take this, and then we're gonna go with our iridescent aqua, which is going to be a beautiful little accent here. Make sure to not get any bubbles.
No, weird is the essence of creative and where difference springs from, interestingness springs from.
Before and after there, you can tell. These are obviously still really beautiful adult, but it's fun to see how we can
Yeah, because they're a gorgeous bead. That's why I like just a tiny
transform.
highlight without covering up how amazing they are, right? Stacy says, okay, thanks. I'm a total newbie, so I'm not familiar with all the paints yet.
Okay. What piece do we do next? I think we're gonna do the moon face next with our black.
Thank you, Jean. I think me, Jean, and the other Jean are kindred spirits when it comes to uniqueness. Oh, welcome, Cindy. You're catching us on the antique part of it. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning kind of trend class that Ainsley gave us, which is a lot of fun.
Just really punch it into those grooves, and I'm gonna do nice and easy wipe.
I feel like summer everybody's got stuff going on too, right?
And I'm done with that.
Did you wipe some of that one off?
I just dabbed it really
yeah.
quickly. And then all we have to do is take a quick look. It's actually a lot different. It's hard to tell, but it's very different from before.
Right. You could even, if you wanted it to shine the highlights more, relief it too.
Absolutely.
To give it a really good contrast.
Okay.
When we do the final photographs of the jewelry too, we'll be using the antiqued versions of the pieces, so you guys can get a good.
Yep. We will. Okay. Let us do some more.
Oh, good. Thank you, Vintage, which I'm assuming is Wendy's. She said she's popping back and forth between here and YouTube to answer comments. So I'm doing the same. So between the two of us, I think we're covering most people's. Karen says, how boring the world would be if we were all the same. I love the weird. I'm a strange fish, according to my grandmother. She said I was too smart. I just have a very mechanical sense. I think we have, it's interesting, we have a lot of science brain people that are also into jewelry making, which is cool.
It's a very technical process, so I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna make sure this brush is nice and dry, and then we're gonna go in with red right onto this Lima Beads piece right here. Okay, I didn't take quite enough there on my brush. Can you get the charger?
Mm-hmm. What do you need to charge the
iPad's getting low on battery.
Okay, yes.
Give that a cool tint to it. I'm gonna go in with our teal blue, and it's probably gonna become slightly purplish because I have only, well, I guess I did get a good amount off of that, but yeah, you'll see some slight purple. I'm gonna go over these hands.
So if you want a variegated finish, pick up a little bit of color from 2 different colors on each side of your brush, and then you only have to do it once.
Just a little dab here and there.
Stacy says, I love how detailed the moon face is. It's really adorable, isn't it?
Tap that in there. We can go to our mother of pearl piece here. Let me switch off brushes and dry this one off. As much as possible. And I'm going to do a quick make sure I get into those grooves here. Obviously we don't have to wipe off. Sorry, I'm a little off screen here. Don't have to wipe off, that's optional, still looks cool. But I do just want it in the grooves. I'm just taking it right off the top.
And what's this leaf or feather made out of?
I said it's mother of pearl.
Okay.
So those are going right into the grooves there. And it adds some extra dimension. Can you dry this off for me?
I can grab some. I've got plenty of.
Oh, okay.
Plenty of those over here. I've got the big roll.
Let me do a swap out while she's doing that. I can move some of our pieces over that are dry.
I can also work on swapping those for you too.
Well, I have to do more pieces on here, which is why you wouldn't be able to do it.
Ah. Here you go.
Thank you. Okay. You can tell I swapped that out really quickly. But we're gonna do this next piece here. Can you open this for me?
What are you gonna do with this one? This one's already cute, so I'm curious.
I just want to add a little bit more of
Like
the depth and darkness, so I'm just going to go in with our black.
Remember to check how far you are on the screen.
Should be in it, but we can zoom in here and it'll be a little easier. I don't know if I have enough there. I'm going to go in on our edges here. in the center. It's a little harder here with our being on the bracelet, on our necklace here.
Yeah, so pre-antique them. It's like you got a little spillage on your pearling.
That's why I just did wipe that
Okay.
up. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Then I'm just gonna dab.
Don't want something antiqued and you get it on there right away, just wipe it immediately.
Yep. You can tell that came off pretty easily. But now this is just a little bit more dimension like I wanted. Okay. Going down the line some more.
I think you should do the blanks.
I was about to do the fish actually.
Ooh, what are you gonna do on that one? Iridescent or? Because it's already brown, so I feel like something that would contrast that would be good. Or you could do like
I'm gonna do a little bit of this on the edge here.
What's
so
this?
what's left over of my
black.
So we're gonna do some dimension and just kind of, and I'm just gonna rub. And then I'll go in with my iridescent because it will add a lot of really cool dimension.
Tracy's asking you what inspired you to create this set. So Ainsley did a whole kind of explanation on that in the beginning of the live today, but I'm sure she can be happy to touch on it again.
Yeah, so this is part of our trend segment, and so it was basically, I pulled a collection of trends that I was going to work with here. Oh, I should have shaken this up. And I put it together, put the trends I wanted to work with together, and I came up with a theme based on those trends, which the theme was collection of trinkets, and that's what ended up inspiring these pieces. So I'm just going with our iridescent green. I'm going to go over top of this as well. And then I'm going to also go in with our iridescent violet.
Maybe a little high on the screen.
Yeah, I moved it down.
Okay.
Once I noticed. Right to the center.
My question is, what is everyone that's watching? What's your favorite iridescent color or most used?
Alright, we can leave that to dry like that. Do you want to maybe just be careful of the one that's drying? Swap this one out though, the moon face.
Sure.
Let me hand it to you. I get my fingers off, they have paint on them.
Antique.
And we can go in here and add some dimension to these pieces. A lot of iridescent peach. Seems like that seems to be the consensus.
Ah, interesting. I feel like for a long time we only had one iridescent that was violet, right? So that was the star of the show. And then I think peach is the most opposite of that, right? So that became like the new star of the show.
just drying my brush off, guys.
I almost would leave the rest of these, besides maybe this little sun, which you can show him off. I think I would probably antique the little sun, but I think the rest of these things, like the blanks, I don't even think you need it because they already have the natural brass.
Maybe I just want to show. Yeah, we can do the sun, and then let's maybe do. I want to do this one with the sepia brown. Would be super
really
beautiful.
Pretty.
Just give me a second here, guys, to pull out those two pieces.
Or are you gonna do this little sun guy too?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her these so she can do some swap outs.
So yeah, do your hammering and antiquing ahead of time to make it easier on you, but we really wanted to show the inspo piece both ways. So, do we ever make it easier on ourselves?
Nope.
No.
We hate that.
Why would we make it simple and easy on ourselves? That's for you. We reserve that for you guys.
Okay. Gonna go in with the sepia brown on this one. I'm gonna do the blue, teal blue on our sun. And then for our music note, I'm gonna just do our black 4. Start with this guy. Really rub him in there. And I'm just gonna dab off the excess.
I feel like this is really a statement collection that would be multiple $100s.
Yeah, you would need to charge a lot for this. These are very
This is very, very boutique, right?
Yes.
Like,
please don't undersell yourselves for work like this. Just dry brushing my brush so I can go back in over here. The blue teal. Dry brush it off again. As much as possible.
I'm gonna swap you out while you're doing that. Try not to disturb
Well, the
you
sun
too
needs to be
much. Oh, that's okay though. I think they're gonna be able to see that, and we'll just swap that later. Did I put this on right? I think so.
You just kind of have to make sure everything's like sitting properly and not flipped.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I don't know why it did this to me. There we go. No, it won't do that weird stuff.
Every so often technology gets a little fun, doesn't it?
Alright. We have these pieces done. I'm going to have her swap out these couple of pieces here.
I'm still working on the earrings.
Hey, I didn't know that.
That's
And then fine, I will just do some more iridescent color on our beads here. Actually,
Yeah, I think it would be really pretty on top of that aqua one, right?
well actually, yeah, that would be really pretty. I was thinking about doing the discs, but yeah, we can do that too.
That as well. I think different ones for each one. So you can show the properties of all the different
top.
iridescents.
This is our iridescent green.
I feel like I'm missing out on the commentary here as I'm doing this.
Okay, and let's do some of these Hishi beads. Gonna do some violet. That. I'm gonna do some gold, which I do need to.
So if you're just popping on, make sure you heart the video, because Corian said if there's enough hearts that at the end she will do a giveaway.
Do some gold on this orange bead right here. And then I'm going to do some teal on this one, right? Or aqua on this teal bead right here. I'm gonna do a heat gun real quick here.
So yeah, if you want to speed up the drying process, this is a good way to do it. If you're at all impatient like we are.
Okay, and so you can tell I only did the iridescent on this side, because this is our before and our after, so we get a little bit of that shimmery shine.
You could even pick up like one of the beads that's loose there and show the before and after that way too. There you go. Your lovely hammered earrings are ready. I can trade you. Change out your charms for you.
Give me just a second to change out my earrings here. Can you fix the camera?
Yeah,
For
do you
full
want to
screen?
go ahead and go out to full screen? And we will follow you. Maybe take off the
That's
other
what I
layered
was
necklace.
about to do, because
Yeah, I think so.
okay. So we can change the length. It could look different if you make it longer or shorter. This is just my preference of how long I wanted it to be. Up and over. Zoom in myself here so you guys get a little better of a view. Give me a second. Okay. That like there, and I can go over to here. And then my earrings. Okay. And then, last but not least, we also have our bracelet. Just give me a second to put this on here.
Do you want to show how you did the ends of that?
I did talk about it.
Right, but I think that would be a good, like, actually clip. Do you want me to put that on for you, just Miss Hyper Independent? I know you can. But
It's just the clasp is a bit jammed.
There you go.
Let me switch my views back for temporarily. Oof, sorry.
You took them on a ride, huh?
Yep. So here we have our bracelet.
Jean says it looks very worldly. You would know after coming back from Spain, right? Well, very well traveled and collection-y. I've never used this charm in a piece, the music note. I love it in this piece. Love it in this bracelet. So again, if you want all of the vintage charms in here, you can pick up the set if you want to pop that at the top of the screen. So you can either, if you're on Facebook, you can comment cart 100?
Mm-hmm.
Cart 100 at the top. And then
Purchase it that way. That's one of the ways.
Yeah.
Let me also pop up the metallic set so that you have opportunity to get those iridescents.
I'm not even gonna
Who was it this time?
tell it again.
To be fair, it's not Monday.
Yes, this is true. He's not remembering that I have a live today. But you know what? So I'm a little tired today. You guys know why? Is I took him to the emergency room last night. But it was nothing, right? Because he came home from a youth camping trip and with a little bump on his face, and then it got a lot bigger. And I was like, oh no, it's a spider bite. And then he was kind of a little bit dizzy yesterday morning, and I Googled the symptoms, and they're like, oh yes, go get seen. And of course it's like midnight by the time I Googled the symptoms. And so I was like, oh no, brown recluse or something like that. And the doctor's like, no, we actually don't have those in Idaho, and he's just fine. So he's like, Mom, I told you. So you guys, yes.
Hey, better safe than sorry.
I know, and guess what? I got a good night's sleep last night. What about you guys? Are you guys of the thought is get it out of the way and then have a good night's sleep? I sure am. 'Cause I wasn't up all night worried about it.
Trend that way. Yeah, I would agree.
Do you want to, for people who are on here, do you want to bring up your trend board again for anyone who didn't get to see that?
Yeah, give me 1 second to fix this.
So if you are just looking here, you're just joining here, and I'll zoom Ainsley out a little bit so you don't just get her nostrils.
No, I kind of fixed it. It just needs to be zoomed in a little bit, actually.
Okay. Zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That good?
Yep.
Okay. So,
We can post this too, so you guys
we
get
are
to
gonna
view
post
it
this.
a lot closer. So
Yes.
that will be out. We will show you that along with today's designs. And obviously our links as well for Lima Beads for all the amazing beads and components we got to use today.
We're gonna we're gonna do a big blog post with all of the components from the live today because there's just so many details and gorgeous, amazing inspiration in everything that Ainsley did. So I'm excited to create a post for you guys to see it all. And yes, remember to heart the video. That's just right at the bottom of your screen. Put a big heart up there, and then you can get entered into a drawing that Corian's gonna do near the end here. I don't know, can we pop her on?
Corian?
Yeah. Can we
If
do that during the live? Let us know if you're prepared for that or not, Corey. We will let you lead the way on that one. Now that most of the demo portion of it is over. And then you could probably pop up also the set again if you didn't do that while I was over there checking my phone.
The paint set?
The picture. No, the picture
Oh,
of
yeah.
the, you know.
The entire thing.
Yeah, with the Carter. You're welcome, Jean.
This is just everything that is on there, and it is cart 100 if you want to use the Carter system.
Yep. So for the hearts, don't put it in the comments. Actually, love the video. It's just right at the bottom of your screen if you're on your PC.
Or like the post or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Love reaction on the video. I think that's what she uses to do the drawing. Thank you, Corey, for inspiring that for us. Did you also put the Carter for that?
I just let them know what it is.
Oh, okay. This is cart 100. Yes. Perfect. Are you able to send me an invite? I think so. We'll try it. We'll see if we can get Corey in here. Fun. I always love it when we can bring the girls together.
I should be able to do it. But I just need to do this to mine.
I love how you took all of these seemingly unrelated elements and made them into a really gorgeous, cohesive collection. You can really
sending
tell.
it over to Corian as we speak.
Ooh.
On Teams, so she knows that. Dun, 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 dun.
Multitask girl.
Okay.
So if you are on YouTube watching that, we're only doing this giveaway on Facebook, but maybe next time we will do a YouTube version. We'll have to plan in advance. Yeah, sorry, cart 100 is $39 and that is 40% off. Remember, go to vintage.com.
Here's Corian, give you 1 second to add her so you can see us both.
So we have a big sale at vintage.com, so 40% off of most jewelry components.
1 second. I cannot hear her.
Oh, I hear her.
Oh, I hear her now.
I can hear you guys. I can see Ainsley, but I don't think anybody can see me yet.
Not yet. I'm getting you on
working
there.
on it. Woo, here she is.
Yay!
Oh, hey everybody.
Woo, we figured it out.
So funny. Okay. So we're like 30 seconds delayed from the normal video, but that should be fine. So good to see everybody. Ainsley did a wonderful job doing the live today and all the inspiration I just seriously loved.
Yay.
And Jean actually got me some new pieces to experiment with, so I'll just give you a quick sneak peek before we do the drawing of.
Ooh, you're going to give us a sneak
things.
peek of what's coming up on Thursday?
Just a little
sneak I love that fish.
Me too.
Okay, so a little thing about about the fish is people were asking for fish, and I haven't even sent it to Corian yet, but I was noticing on Anthropology they have this fisherman core kind of trend going on.
Yeah, fish are very in. Anything very ocean is very in right now. There was a lot of that.
Ooh, I love this. And I feel like this really kind of embodies the spirit of what Ainsley has going on today. It's an amazing, extension beyond.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm excited to see some of this stuff. Yay!
Me too. They're super cute. And it's like the perfect choker, you guys. It's literally insane. I know I'm not wearing it.
That's it's so surfy. That's so great. And I love how large that pendant is. It's a really great size.
It's a great size.
We love large pendants. Also very much a trend. Bigger is better is a trend.
I'd be like yelling at me. Hold on. Because you guys don't very often get to see the workspace that I'm usually working in. My bread bites are over there. That's my lunch.
Marianne says she's
I
a
have a
Pisces,
card.
so right
I'm
up my
also
alley.
one.
So actually,
Yeah.
the pendant you
Is
have
Pisces.
is Pisces.
Yes.
Yes. So just a lot going on all the time. It looks like a mess, but I
like your
promise
snacks there, Corey. You know, when you look at my design table, I'm a drink gremlin, so there's like 10 empty cups and cans and stuff.
I took away like 3, so I'm with you there. All right, so let's get into this for the giveaway. I'm going to refresh the video. Remember, all you have to do is love that live. And it looks like you have a 1 in 30 chance because I'm not going to copy my own name. So we're gonna, because obviously I'm gonna live the video or love the video. This is gonna be a rainbow one, and I should probably I'm gonna take Vintage's name out of here too, because they don't get to win.
No, whoops.
Too bad.
All right, are we ready? I'll flip it around here. We got a rainbow going on. All your names. Click. So fun. Oh, so close. But Mary Ann Baumeister is our winner today.
Yay.
So as long as you make a purchase on one of the sites, we will be able to add this giveaway to your order. How fun is that?
Yeah, so either on vintage.com or the warehouse site, either one of those.
Congrats, Marianne, for the winning.
Congratulations. I'm going to copy her name here and post it in the comments. So fun. I love doing the giveaways. And everything's shipping from here, right, Jean?
What's that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
Everything from us will be coming from over there.
Wonderful. So we'll be able to ship that right from her order. That's why I was like, we should do a giveaway because it's going to be shipping from here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So fun.
Super fun.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to pop off so I can get back to designing here. But it was so fun seeing everybody. And don't forget,
guys.
Thursday warehouse.
Yeah, make sure to go see her on Thursday.
Yes.
Thursday.
We're not gonna quite finish our live yet because I want to show them.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'll use your
I was
phone
waiting for
to
that.
do this. So
Yeah.
all right, hand me yours.
Hold on.
Yep.
And I will.
What's that? Corian's gonna say something.
Yes.
So our Vintage stash review, ladies, is going to be on Tuesday next week. So that will not be this week since Thursday is the warehouse sale. But I'm pretty sure we have rescheduled the stash review for Tuesday.
It's probably down making my mom's phone buzz again.
It is, I'm sure.
But yeah, so any of our Backstage Pass members, just keep that in mind to keep your eyes peeled for Tuesday instead of Thursday because of the warehouse sale.
Yepers. All right. I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Corian. Okay, give me 1 second so that we can show you this. All right. Take you on a little field trip.
Okay.
Sorry to keep you dizzy.
Let's see if I can get this to non-glare. Okay, so you're looking at our website. Now, I'm just going to show you guys a few things. So we're on vintage.com right up here, right? And then if you want to see the products from today, you can just click on new. That's going to be right here. Some of our earlier samplers from other videos, right? But let's go back to our homepage. And you're going to see, we've got this big sale going on. And then something else. Look at, we've got, what's this? This is our theme from today. And you're going to see that we have a place where you can watch on demand. Look, we're live right now. So you can click in here and see what's going on. Ainsley's cute little face there.
It's going to be delayed for them. They won't see my wave till later.
Yeah. And then usually there's like a link to YouTube over here, a shopping link. So that's kind of fun. You can also always get here from how to and then live tutorials. That's another way to get there. So that is new on our homepage. Let me just scroll back up here. Trying to do this all one-handed. So fun stuff going on, and we're also working on an embed for the warehouse as well. So it's always easy to find.
It's there already.
It is.
I already did that.
Okay, well, let's see. Should we go?
Here, I'll do full screen so you have a second to just type that up, and then I'll let you have that in a second here. So we'll show you that as well for our upcoming warehouse sale, so you can
Are there
access
any other
it through
questions
there easily.
that people have? It started to type out the email. So I had to start it over again.
Okay, here's this.
Okay.
Let me do this again. Okay.
So you can go, you'll be able to go to live tutorials and see.
That's the most recent video popping
Right.
up. And then if you go down,
upcoming,
that's our upcoming one.
and this is for Thursday, right?
Yep. So.
And then we'll have a link in there so that it can take you to YouTube or Facebook as well, probably.
And we also did sort out the comments thing. So for replay watchers, you should be able to see comments on YouTube as well.
Okay, I'll give this back to you. You can switch back to full screen, and I will double check.
Oops.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, or have we covered everything?
I think we're good, and then I can go call and make sure that.
Final closing words is pick up our sampler pack that has everything that you need of our charms today. And also be sure to keep your eye out for our post coming up to see everything that we got to use from Lima Beads so that you guys get to purchase that as well and make really awesome and cool similar products as what we did today. So you can make that entire project exactly the same if you follow the links that we're going to provide later on as well from their website. So be sure to also shop with them. They are fantastic, and all of these beads are such beautiful beads and amazing quality. So also just be sure to give them some love as well. Thank you guys today. Also, thank you to Lima for collabing with us as well. And we will see you next time on Thursday with Corian.
Yes.
Thursday.